Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're going to be looking at like terms. Now, I decided to make this video because a lot of students I've been noticing these days have been having the issue just deciding what's the same, what's alike. Now, what I want to try to get across in this video is the fact that mathematics, it's a language, just like French, Arabic, English. So, for example, why can I say that the numbers 2 and 3 are the same? Well, because they're numbers, 2 and 3. So if I were to ask you, what's 2 plus 3? Well, I can do this because 2 and 3 are both numbers. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Regardless of this, though, if I were to then ask you, let's say I asked you instead, what is 2 apples plus 3 apples? How many apples do I have? Well, that's simple. I have 5 apples. Why can I do this? Well, they're both apples. So 2 apples plus 3 apples. They're all apples, or 5 apples. What if I were now to tell you 2 apples plus 3 bananas? Well, when I look at this, I have 2 apples plus 3 bananas. So how many in total do I have? Well, I still have 2 apples, and I still have 3 bananas. I can't suddenly say that I have 5 bananas suddenly, because I have 2 apples and 3 bananas. So where is this all leading to? So I'm going to stick with the apples analogy here. I'm going to stick with the same numbers of 2 and 3. But what if I were to now tell you you have 2x plus 3x? Well, when I'm looking at this, I still have an x and an x. They're both x's. So it's the same thing as me saying 2 apples plus 3 apples. So that would be 5 apples, or in this case, 5x. Let's go further here. What if I were now to say 2x squared plus 3x squared? Well, once again, we have x squared. There's a reason why I'm circling the exponents, because the exponents are both the same. So, in this case, I have x squared. This also has x squared. So this is the same thing as also saying 2 apples plus 3 apples. So once again, this should be 5 apples, or in this case, 5x squared. So where's this all leading? Well, obviously you saw I had a bananas example up there, so how does this apply in mathematics? So let's see. What if I now told you I have 2x plus 3x squared? Now there's a reason why I put those in different colors, is because in here I have an x. And over here I have an x, but there is a squared. In which case that means these are 2 different things. So I can think of it as 2 apples plus 3 bananas. So if I were to think of it this way, 2 apples plus 3 bananas is still going to be 2 apples plus 3 bananas. Because I still have what I started with. There's no gain here. So in this case, the answer would simply still be 2x plus 3x squared. It would go nowhere because they are not alike. And that is like terms. So let's see how this works in a full example, all right? So let's take a look at an example here. So let's say I had 3x, and inside here I have x squared plus x plus 3. And I told you to simplify this. Well, let's apply what we looked at before. So that means this whole thing's going to distribute into here. We're going to Pokemon Go it. We're going to catch them all. So you always want to expand first. So that's going to give me 3x times x squared is 3x cubed plus 3x times x is 3x squared, and 3x times 3 is 9x. So when I look at these three terms, then you would normally have to simplify here. Well, and bring your like terms together, called collecting like terms. But when I look at it here, I have an x, an x, and an x. But I have a cubed there, a squared there, and nothing here, which would mean it will be a 1. So these are all different things. It's like me saying you have 3 apples, 3 bananas, and 9, let's say another favorite fruit, oranges. So I can't go any further. On the other hand, let's say I now had something like this. Let's say I had x, and inside here I had x plus x squared plus x. Now, yes, inside here I have an x and an x. They're both the same. So it's like me saying I have apples multiplied by apples plus bananas plus apples. So I have 1, 2 apples. So there should really be 2 apples plus a banana. I'm not going to go any further here, but if I were to expand this, then obviously, let's go back to the x's, you would have 2x squared plus, because apples and apples, that's apples squared, and apple banana, or in this case, you'd have x cubed. I hope this has helped to open your minds into the math language behind mathematics. Thank you, and have a great day.